Hello everyone, and once again, it is Wednesday. Thankfully, we're half through the week, and we have comics for you. Many comics. And as Mr. Will, our very own professor of Marvel, has already broken you down on the new Marvel stuff, and if you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it. We're going to do the cleanup, as we did last week, and bring you the other stuff. In fact,
everything else.
We don't actually have this week, I'm not going to lie, there are no more Marvel comics that we're going to talk about. That's gonna be it. But we have a lot of other stuff.
Again, false.
Alright, whatever, man. Anyway.
You really gotta learn to speak for yourself, man.
Whatever, nobody wants to hear what you have to say.
Nobody. Who has the fan club here, mister?
This is true, huh?
It's very true.
It's
very true.
Alright, well then, go ahead.
No, I'll be a gracious host.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, as it is also Wednesday, it is October 21st, and guess what? It is now time to go back to the future. Yes, it is officially Back to the Future Day. No, I didn't know that either, but yes, it is. And we have, in conjunction with that, Mr. Bob Gale, the screener behind Back to the Future, brings you the comic from him, Eric Burnham, and Brian Schoonover, or Brent Schoonover, and Dan Showing. They were also doing the Ghostbusters book for IDW. But Marty McFly's back, and you want to know what's gonna happen. There are two stories in here. One of them straight just focusing on the crazy doctor, which is always cool. But yeah, take a time trip.
And jumping from sci-fi to the occult over here, we've got a new issue of Secret Six from the all-star team of Gail Simone, Dale Eaglesham, and Tom Derenick. This is kicking off a new story arc here after they've dealt with the mystery of Mockingbird, who turned out to be like Riddler for some reason. Crazy thing there.
What?
Yeah, involved Sue Dibney, who may or may not... Right?
Right?
Isn't it weird?
I thought she was dead.
I love it. Gail Simone is really she did weird before in Secret Six, but she's just flipped it on its head at this point.
Cool.
And this new story arc deals with one of my personal favorite members of the team, Black Alice, and her connection to the inner workings of magic in the DCU. So you see a lot of somewhat neglected magic characters in here, the actual, I think Mr. E shows up here.
Yes, Mr. E is awesome.
Yeah, you got Swamp Thing, Felix Faust, everybody, all the occultists meeting up in a big place, and then some really weird, Elder Gods stuff going down.
Cool.
So, it's getting real dark here.
Very cool. Also from Gail Simone this week, new creator-owned series from Vertigo. Her and John Davis Hunt, along with Lee Luthridge on colors, brings you Clean Room, which is the story of this woman who is basically she holds a great position of power and runs kind of a self-help organization, which is a kind of cross between religion and law. And one of our main character, Chloe, reads a book, or her friend reads this book that they put out, and in 3 months, this woman is dead. And so she's a journalist, Chloe, and has now taken it upon herself to investigate the woman behind this giant organization and what is the mysterious clean room that she keeps. It's Gail Simone, so it's going to be, kind of dark, kind of nasty, which is cool. You've already got Monsters by page 2, which is really cool. But yeah, Vertigo's really pushing the new line of stuff. So yeah, Gail Simone, double shot this week.
And jumping over to Marvel here, my single Marvel book of the week. It's very, very strange for me, personally.
I love that book.
Right?
It's so cool.
We got the special one-shot return, thanks to Secret Wars, of Agents of Atlas.
Yay.
Unfortunately, not written by Jeff Parker, as it should be, but you've got Tom Taylor of the Injustice series taking over here
Steve Pugh.
Yeah, Steve Pugh from Animal Man and the more recent Marvel Zombies vs. Age of Ultron. To tell the story of Jimmy Woo and his Agents of Atlas, which includes not just the god Venus, not just Namor's sister Namora, not just a robot named Robot, I'm pretty sure, M11,
yeah,
a robot.
He's just a robot.
Yeah, but a gorilla in a suit.
Gorilla Man!
And they also gave Jimmy Woo an eye patch, because they were fuck it, let's just make him Nick Fury, why not?
Right?
And also Phil Coulson, for people who like Phil Coulson.
whatever. Jimmy Woo was the original badass S.H.I.E.L.D. agent past Nick Fury. It was him and a couple other guys. I forget who it was. Him, Dum Dum.
Clay Quartermain.
And Clay Quartermain, man.
Gabe Jones.
And
Gabe
Jones. That's what's up, man. Yeah, the hell with Coulson. Anyway. Very excited for this new one. From Paul Pope and David Rubin and co-writer J.T. Petty comes the second collection, the second OGN of Aurora West, which takes place in the Battling Boy world. Battling Boy was the graphic novel that Paul Pope put out last year, I want to say.
A year or two.
Yeah, a year or two ago that was phenomenal. And because Mr. Pope is very slow, he hired this awesome artist named David Rubin to do this. And I personally, I love Paul Pope, but I like this one more. I love this character. I love Aurora West. She's a really great character, and in a time where comics are really trying to be, more open and have more female characters and younger female characters. This is just, it's perfect. She's just a science hero whose dad was a superhero, and so she gets trained by this, super big, huge, kind of made, strong woman that looks kind of like the badass woman from Akira.
Yeah, pretty much.
She's pretty much who that is, yeah. But yeah, this is really cool. It's only $10. $10. It's cheap. It's black and white, but this is just one of those fun adventure things that you can just pick up, read. And hell, you don't even have to read number 1 really to read this.
And there's monsters.
Tons
so
of
many monsters.
Tons of stuff. It's really cool. I'm very excited.
And speaking of monsters and gods and monsters.
You mean like Justice League?
Yeah, like Justice League gods and monsters.
Whoa, really?
On DVD now.
Yeah, buy it.
But no, more importantly, Justice League number 45 here. This is the 5th part of the Darkseid War, kicking off Act 2, which sees Jeff Johns. Dude, there's 3 whole acts here. It's going to be a long story. But to break it up here, we've actually got Francis Manapul on interiors, who, oh my gosh, I was kind of bummed that he wasn't drawing this current arc of Detective Comics, but this makes it so worth it. You've got Manapul versions of the New Gods, Manapul Justice League, really beautiful colors here by his usual partner in crime, Brian Buccellato. Man, it just looks amazing. And you've got in the wake of the last issue of Darkseid War, which something big happened, which I didn't see coming personally. Somebody may have died who I thought would be sticking around for this war a lot longer, given the title. But it
you
also saw, yeah, you really do. Darkseid is dead.
Yes.
Ding dong.
Ding dong.
And the Justice Leaguers are starting to sort of get the powers of the New Gods for some reason. You've got the Flash fusing with the Black Racer to be the Black Flash. Look at that. You've got Shazam becoming the God of Gods, which I thought was really cool, among others.
It's definitely got that little bit of Kingdom Come, a little bit of Grant Morrison.
Yeah, there's
kind
of some Rock of Ages in there.
Yeah, some total Rock of Ages. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really cool one. I'm glad to see Manapul on there.
Yeah, it's really nice. And my final pick of the week, not for you children out there, because, yeah, we have a lot of children subscribers, I'm sure. But finally back into print after many, many years. Heavy Metal put these out in the 90s. Man, they've been out of print for 10 years, 15 years. Finally, from Serpieri, we have Druna Collection 1 and Collection 2. Also known as Morbus Gravis, which many people may know the title from. This is some straight up badass porn. That's what it is, alright? Don't be unabashed about it, it's porn. But that's secondary. They're Europeans, so unlike Americans, we don't, they see boobs and they don't lose their mind. They continue to tell the story. And it basically follows this woman who is traversing around one of the most gorgeous and most just dilapidated, all kind of yellow, nasty wasteland worlds of cables and monsters and mutants and all this stuff, and she does it in a really small shirt, underwear, and kicks. That's right, shoes, just regular shoes, which is really cool. And there's 2 of them out. They're $22.50 each, but you're getting basically 2 graphic novels in here. Gorgeous paper, full size, gutters and all the art. This is it is absolutely some of the best dystopian sci-fi stuff that I have ever seen. And I'm very lucky because I only ever got to get the first one. So very happy, yay! And I will refrain from singing the song that I told Morgan I would sing and just give him
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, it was real bad.
That was real bad.
No, we're not going to do that.
Now, we're going to jump over here from my last book, back to DC. Crazy for me, right? 3 DC books.
And a
week.
Marvel?
I know, man.
Who's shilling this week, man?
Hang on, make the money somehow.
Right?
So I'm a lifelong Teen Titans fan. Like, I got hooked on the cartoon when I was a kid, and it was just over for me.
Right, no.
Absolutely over. But they've been sort of rough times recently. Scott Lobdell's run was dubious.
It was dubious?
I'm being honest here.
Oh man, no, that's great. I love
The recent Pfeiffer stuff has definitely been a return to form.
Yeah,
but like,
Pfeiffer's better.
Even before the New 52, the stuff was rough. Like, they're just killing Titans left and right, which...
And then coming back, like,
actually,
right away?
To be honest, like, back to the 80s, they did that all the time.
Yeah, they did.
All the time.
But you actually cared about them when they died.
Yeah, but... and another, sort of a throwback here that they're doing, to, earlier Marv Wolfman's series, the Titans Hunt crossover. They've got a new Titans Hunt series here. I think it's going to be a 6-issue mini, maybe 12? Oh my gosh, 12 issues, wow.
We're in for a long run on this one.
Yeah, but this is essentially unearthing the secret history of the Teen Titans in the New 52. Because, like, the timeline is so messed up. Like, Dick Grayson was not Robin for more than, like, a year. Like, you can't fit that in there.
Most.
But he also has all these connections to these DCU characters that just don't quite line up given the timeline. And this is sort of them addressing those inconsistencies. Using the recently introduced Donna Troy character from Wonder Woman, which is like, okay, she just showed up this year in Wonder Woman, and how can she have a history with them and the Titans? But it's actually kind of perfect considering her history pre-New 52, because she was never, ever, ever a character who had a backstory that made sense, continuity-wise. At all. So I'm really interested in seeing how they implement that. There's some really interesting, like, missing memory stuff with Roy Harper, Arsenal. They have Gnark in here, like the caveman dude from the 60s. And also, not Gabe Jones, but a different trumpet playing Gabe here. This is... No, Malcolm Duncan. Malcolm Duncan. Why do I want to call him Gabe? I don't know. Another dude that plays the trumpet. Mal Duncan, sometimes Guardian, sometimes Vox.
Oh, yeah.
Usually gets crapped on. Like, out of all the forgotten Teen Titans characters, he probably gets the worst, besides maybe, like, Warhawk or whatever.
Yeah,
but
there's some bad Titans.
we don't talk about him.
No.
But for those Titans lovers of you out there, this is the book to watch right now.
And there is also a regular new Teen Titans book this week, if you want regular Teen Titans.
As well as Teen Titans Go, because why not put all of them out in the same week?
That's right. And yeah, that's about it, everybody. It's starting to get colder. You might be a little lazy to come in. Don't do that. We need you to come in. So please, come in, get your comics, get some good stuff to read while it's cold outside.
It's warm in here,
It's
actually.
warm.
Very,
It's
very warm.
always warm in here.
People leave the store because it's too hot in the summer.
That's right.
Sometimes.
I'm sorry. Do you need to move away from me?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to imply.
Yeah. Alright, guys. That's it for this week. We will talk to you next week through the video.
Or, if they come to the store, we can talk to each other in person.
We're never here at the same time.